It's open season, so we thought we'd focus on a major feature at the famous old course at St Andrews, the Swilcan Bridge, which has played its own special role in the final walk of several great champions. In 2005, it was the spot where arguably the greatest player of all time, Jack Nicklaus, closed the final page on his illustrious career. After sending one last drive down the fairway, it was time for the 18-time major champion to wave goodbye on the bridge. A poignant moment shared with playing partner and good friend, Tom Watson.
Here's the greatest player who's ever played the game in his final.
It's a pleasure to be here to introduce one of the greatest opponents I've ever faced. A real gentleman. You say louder, it should be real loud. His name is John Beliveau. I always said I wanted to look that good, have more hair, but in all, it's a gentleman I really, truly thought it was an accept, and I was very happy that up in Quebec City they brought this young man. I had a chance to meet him before he became one of the big ones here in the city, and I just thought in my own right, if he could only get there as soon as I could extend my career so I could play against him. But the young man, John Beliveau, is one of the nicest men I've ever met, and he certainly deserves everything you folks have for him. Thank you very much.
Walter Payton didn't change the game. He just played it better than everybody else.
Give me the hard Walter Payton. There's never been a greater heart.
His name is at the top of the list. Trust me. Trust me, his name is at the top of the list.
Kick ass, let everything hang out.
I don't think any question that Walter Payton's the best in our business today.
There's a 28-yard run by Mr. Explosion himself on the very first play of the ball game. Walter Payton in a class by himself, the premier running back in all of pro football.
Never die easy, die hard. Just before I get tackled, I try to explode into the defensive man, and sometimes I drive for extra yardage.
Walter has two qualities that you don't have in one running back. He has great speed, but not only is that, he has great strength. You got to plug the hole up twice.
A sensational run.
Once you put wisdom with will on top of talent, you get what you call sweetness.
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 Give to Payton. They give to Walter again. Hurdles over the right side. Gets this for a touchdown.
He's the most complete back that I've ever seen. Taught himself how to be a really good receiver.
Payton over the shoulder. Catch. For the touchdown.
He was the best blocking back that I've ever seen.
The guy could throw a football probably 60 yards easy.
They've been going to Payton all day. Payton now 84 yards and 17 carries. Payton now 125 yards in the first half of this one. Payton already 150 yards. Walter Payton up 34 carries, matching his number. Picked up 193 yards. Walter Payton now with 200 yards in the ball. Team record is 205, and 10 yards puts Walter in the Bear record books by himself. History has been made here today. 275 yards. Not only did he smash the Bear single-game rushing record, he smashed the entire NFL mark as well. Stand by for the president, please. Congratulations again.
Well, thank you, and give my best to Nancy.
Quick pitch to Walter, looking for the record, cuts back, he's got it! Walter Payton becomes the National Football League all-time leading rusher, surpassing Jim Brown.
Walter Payton was the epitome of greatness. I have all the admiration in the world.
Payton, the most successful rusher in the history of the National Football League, the Bears' all-time leading receiver, all-time leading scorer, gets his chance today in the Super Bowl.
When I'm through playing football, I want to be known as a player that every play he gave everything that he had. And when he left the field, he left everything that he had in him on the field.
Life is short, it's oh so sweet, but the thing that means the most are the friendships that you meet and take along with you.
Rocket Richard was unlike anything who had ever come along in the NHL. He was tested everywhere he went. He was booed, he was heckled. He ultimately became a symbol for French Canadians.
Being from Quebec, you can imagine Maurice was the name that we heard. I couldn't watch him, but I could hear it on the radio.
It was Maurice Richard, 22 years old, in the Idol of Montreal, who banged it in his second goal.
Books have been written, university theses have been done on the Rocket, on the importance of him. And all through it, Rocket just tried to maintain, I'm just a hockey player, which was ridiculous because he was never just that.
The legend of Maurice the Rocket Richard has bonded generations of Quebecers. A symbol of pride among Canadian francophones, few could ever match the Rocket's determination and goal-scoring acumen. In just his second year, Richard teamed with Toe Blake and Elmer Locke to create the Punchline, an offensive juggernaut for 5 seasons.
The pass to Richard, he cuts in from the side, he stops, he shoots, he scores!
I never had to look for Rocket. I knew where he was, and the more we played it, the more it fell together.
Together, they broke scoring records, won 2 Stanley Cups, and helped Richard become the first player to tally 50 goals in a season when he was joined on a line by his younger brother, Henri. Together, they won 5 straight Stanley Cups, champions every year until Maurice's retirement in 1960. In addition to 8 championships, the Rocket won a Hart Trophy and was the first player to net 500 career goals. He set playoff goal-scoring records and was a 14-time All-Star, but above all, he remained the face of hockey in Quebec, receiving ovations every time he stepped onto the Forum ice. None bigger than the night they closed the building on March 11, 1996.
I think they would still be applauding for the people that saw Rocket Richard, especially for the French Canadian. He was their hero. He was their hero.
I was in that building, the Forum, when Boom Boom would score and Belleville would score and Dickie Moore would score. But when Rocket scored, I swear that the cheer was just a little louder.
Well, the Penguins right back on the power play here. 15:38, the time of the major penalty to Blake. Pin score again from the face-off, and that will do it. Sidney Crosby. Let it be said, 100.